We were born with extraordinary powers, abilities. The next stage in human evolution.
Welcome to the third episode of Fackle, where today we will be reviewing X-Men Days of Future Past.
I watched it in a dingy cinema at MBO Cheetah Mall.
It's an awesome place, actually.
Yeah, because you can get tickets anytime.
Anytime.
But surprisingly, those MBO cinemas are usually frequented by people who want to watch the movie. Yeah. It's not people bringing their girlfriends, or you get less interruption in those not hip cinemas.
Right. Anyway, so X-Men Days of Future Past, I think we were always worried whenever, in a series of movies, they start getting tired and they start thinking, what else we're going to do now? Oh, let's go back to the past.
It wasn't absurd. It didn't get too absurd.
For a movie based on a comic book, yes.
Yes, where someone can read other people's minds. But overall, it was fun. It was nicely paced. Yeah. The humor was still there. They didn't lose the humor, and I think individual performances were very good.
To a large extent, it was okay because I think we could follow it. So one of the biggest issues when we have movies regarding time travel is sometimes because it keeps jumping back and forth, that sometimes we lose track, or what's going on. So in this particular case, even when there was a jumping forward, it was actually in a relatively linear manner.
Yes, I was just about to say that.
Yeah. But in this particular case, I think it was quite important for us to actually follow the story through.
Find me, convince me of all of this. It's going to take the two of us.
And where do I find you?
A different
path. I thought the opening scene was excellent. Mm-hmm. I thought the appearance of the Sentinels, even though I was slightly confused, largely because my knowledge of the X-Men stopped around the 80s. So I don't recall the Sentinels, even if maybe they were there before. Initially, I was quite baffled initially, which was great because I didn't know what these things were. So I really got into the movie right at the beginning. So that was good.
I preferred this one to X-Men First Class because I think the pacing here is better. It moves a lot better, and I think the performances itself, McAvoy and Fassbender, they fleshed out their performances better. Dinklage, he pulled off suave and menacing, all bundled in.
I don't know. I couldn't see him being menacing. I saw him as someone who was really trying to, get rid of the mutants. And I think the character played by Dinklage was on our side, and his intention really, he just wants to sort of, protect the species.
The other thing that I liked about it was that the action sequence were not overblown. Superman just destroyed the whole movie because of that 45 minutes, destroyed the whole world fight. Whereas this one had more purpose to the action sequences.
But also it should be noted that I think in this case it's fairly unique in the sense that other than the Sentinels itself, the mutants weren't fighting each other, right? I think that's why, in a way, they didn't have a big mega fight scene in the end.
So overall, how many stars would you give this movie?
It's actually not bad, but I think it could have been better. I enjoyed it, so I'd give it 3.5 actually.
Yeah, I was in that same ballpark. I don't think it's as good as Godzilla.
No.
I enjoyed it. It's a good, fun ride. Timing was the running time was good. You don't get bored. I will give it 3.5 stars as well.
Yeah, that's a good thing. I don't know how long it was actually.
Yeah, you didn't realize it. So what's on for next week?
Edge of Tomorrow.
Is it showing this weekend?
Yes, 29th. Yes.